There's backstage tension concerning Roman Reigns. The WWE canceled Team Vision versus the Team Bloodline at War Games. The real reason why Karrion Kross is returning to WWE. Leaked footage shows LA Knight angry after getting cut off by WWE. The reason behind Cody Rhodes taking LA Knight's WWE Survivor Series spot. Cody Rhodes' lawsuit reportedly settled. A serious statement issued regarding Drew McIntyre. Oba Femi makes a shocking return. The Rock shares a personal update and the reason for his WWE absence. Let's dive right in. The WWE canceled Team Vision versus the Team Bloodline at War Games. WWE Survivor Series. War Games 2025 is set to stream live on November 29th, 2025 from Petco Park in San Diego, California. The build-up to this premium live event has already started on Raw and SmackDown, and the company has made the men's and women's War Games match official. Though some rumored matches for the San Diego show have seemingly been canceled, let's look at the 4 matches rumored but no longer scheduled for Survivor Series. Number 1. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Initially, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre was one of the matches expected to take place at Survivor Series, War Games 2025. The Scottish Warrior suffered a loss at SNME after the referee didn't see Rhodes using the undisputed title as a weapon. However, due to McIntyre's Hollywood commitment, he was suspended on SmackDown as part of a storyline. This implies that he is no longer facing Cody in a title bout. Even now, Cody is officially part of the men's War Games match from Team CM Punk. Number 2. CM Punk versus LA Knight. CM Punk is the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but before Saturday night's main event, LA Knight confirmed his intention to be next in line for the title, either against Jay or Punk. Despite this, the Best in the World is now part of the men's War Games match. It subtly confirms that Knight versus Punk is not taking place at the upcoming PLE. Number 3. John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the WWE IC title. Earlier reports indicated that Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena is expected soon, with WWE Survivor Series 2025 the ideal venue. However, WWE Raw in Boston witnessed this showdown as the franchise player dethroned Dom and emerged as the new Intercontinental Champion. As of writing, Cena is still advertised for the Survivor Series show, but there is no update on whether a rematch between them will take place. Meanwhile, it appears that WWE planned this match earlier to pay a tribute to Cena in front of his hometown crowd. Number 4. Team Vision versus the Team Bloodline. When Seth Rollins did not suffer the real-life injury, there were high chances that the OG Bloodline would lock horns against the Team Vision in a War Games match. Unfortunately, the Visionary got injured and was kicked out of his group by Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman. Rollins' real-life injury brought a drastic change to the plan. Now, a men's War Games match is happening at Survivor Series, but with a new version of the Vision against not the Bloodline, but Team CM Punk. Though Jey Uso already joined the Second City Saint, Roman Reigns is also expected to be part of it soon. The real reason why Karrion Kross is returning to WWE. Former WWE superstar Karrion Kross walked out of the company after his contract expired in August of this year. The 2-time NXT champion had grown frustrated with his booking as he was never consistently a part of any storyline and decided against renewing his contract. It doesn't seem like Kross is in a hurry to pick out his next promotion, as months after leaving WWE, he hasn't yet signed with any major wrestling promotion. He's made a couple of appearances on the independent circuit, appearing for both GCW and DEFY wrestling, but hasn't been seen in the professional wrestling business since September. While talking on the final episode of Writing with Russo on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge, co-host Dr. Chris Featherstone claimed that Kross's exit could be a work, and he may return to WWE soon. He heaped praise on the wrestler and claimed that if the Stamford-based promotion offered him the right money, he could go back to them. I'm a big fan of Karrion Kross. I think that he's smarter than the business. I think he's similar to Bray Wyatt as being smarter and a more creative mind than the business has for him, but it's like money talks, man. If the money's good, the money's good. And let me say this, and I've had conversations about this. I get it, but at the same time, it's like, I still don't understand. And this is the reason why I'm not all the way bought in, alright? As far as if this completely not being a work now, I will say this. Could it not be? I think it's starting to get too far to be a work. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back at the Royal Rumble or something like that, Featherstone said. Kross spent 4 years in WWE over 2 different spells and had varying experiences in both spells. His first stint with the company lasted only a year, but it got him major success in NXT before a brief main roster run, which didn't work in his favor. He returned in 2022 and had a memorable debut, but got lost in the shuffle during his 3-year stint. Wrestling veteran Vince Russo claims that Karrion Kross's WWE return hinges on one big factor, which is his wife, Scarlett Bordeaux. He was speaking during the final episode of Writing with Russo on Sportskeeda WrestleBinge, where he stated that if WWE doesn't want to bring Scarlett back, then Kross might not want to sign with the Stamford-based promotion. Here's something else that comes into play, bro. This comes into play big time. His wife. If they don't want her, that could have a big bearing on whether or not he goes back to that company. I think that's a big part of this equation. And I mean, obviously they've showed us they did absolutely zero with her, Russo said. Leaked footage shows LA Knight angry after getting cut off by WWE. LA Knight's booking continues to worry fans, with recent unseen footage only adding fuel to ongoing speculation that he is frustrated with WWE. A leaked footage shows the megastar's reaction after he was abruptly cut off mid-promo during Raw last night. The 43-year-old wrestler's popularity continues to soar. something which he tried to convey to the creative by holding up a crowd sign on Raw a few weeks ago that read, "We want LA Knight, not Jey Uso." That night, he suffered a devastating loss at the hands of Braun Breaker. The former United States champion would then miss the November 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw. Interestingly, he was not even mentioned by CM Punk during his promo, in which he listed a boatload of wrestlers he wanted to face. This came as a surprise since Knight was involved in a feud with Punk before the latter captured the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event. After a week's absence, LA Knight returned to Raw in Boston during an ad break. He cut a promo on John Cena, letting his intentions be known that he plans to take the Intercontinental Championship off him. Before he could finish saying, "Your time is up, my time is now," Knight was cut off at the end. Thanks to a fan, his immediate reaction was captured, and he didn't seem happy with how things ended. As seen in the video below, LAL Knight was caught muttering under his breath. A Knight will be in action on the November 14th edition of WWE SmackDown. He will face a mystery opponent in the first round match of the Last Time Is Now tournament. Nick Aldis drew the megastar's name from the Tumblr machine last week, but chose not to reveal the identity of his opponent. For those unaware, John Cena has already said the tourney will be filled with competitors from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and maybe even some faces who don't even work in the Stamford-based promotion. Fans must tune in to SmackDown this Friday to find out who LA Knight's mystery opponent will be. The reason behind Cody Rhodes taking LA Knight's WWE Survivor Series spot. Despite having a heated interaction with The Vision on Raw, LA Knight has yet to be part of WWE Survivor Series 2025. During the latest episode of the Red Brand, William Regal announced a men's War Games match with Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and CM Punk being part of the babyface team against The Vision and Logan Paul. The American Nightmare made his arrival on the Red Brand and helped Punk and Jey to even the odds against The Vision and the Maverick. However, it's crucial to note that Rhodes has no ongoing rivalry with the villainous faction, which makes his inclusion confusing. It subtly hints that Rhodes has seemingly taken LA Knight's spot. One of the crucial reasons why Rhodes seemingly took Knight's spot for War Games can be the backstage heat. Over the past few weeks, the megastar has been suffering from poor booking on the show. Even on Raw in Boston, WWE cut his promo in the commercial break, and Knight was visibly disappointed with this. All this suggests that something might be going on backstage with the former United States champion, leading Cody to take his spot in the Men's War Games showdown. Another reason for giving the Men's War Games spot to Cody Rhodes could be due to a lack of challengers for the undisputed WWE champion. As of now, Cody has no active opponent on the blue brand, especially after Drew McIntyre got suspended by Nick Aldis. Considering this, WWE might have planned to shift things for Cody and book him in a War Games match instead of a title defense. Since Cody Rhodes has made his return to the company, he has proved himself as the top babyface in the promotion. On the other hand, LA Knight keeps shifting between the main event and the mid-card despite having popularity. This shows that Rhodes is eventually a much bigger name in World Wrestling Entertainment than the ex-United States champion. The stardom of Cody could also be a reason behind him potentially taking LA Knight's spot in the War Games match. Cody Rhodes' lawsuit reportedly settled. Cody Rhodes is the reigning undisputed WWE champion and has been riding a massive wave of success on Friday Night SmackDown. He is embroiled in a heated rivalry with Drew McIntyre, currently 2-0 against the Scottish Warrior, having won the feud. Interestingly, a new report reveals that a lawsuit has been settled. In 2024, musician Wesley Isold filed a lawsuit against Cody Rhodes, WWE, and Fanatics regarding the American Nightmare trademark, as he owned it for the term in music, merchandise, and live performances. According to him, they violated the deal by using the only term on the merch, with Rhodes' mention that Wesley did not agree to. Now, according to a new report from Brandon Thurston, all parties have settled internally and agreed to an undisclosed deal to resolve the trademark-related issues. They have planned to ink an official written agreement. Until then, they have appealed to the court to pause or dismiss the case. The sports entertainment juggernaut has been heading closer to the final premium live event of the year, Survivor Series War Games 2025. The show will be live from Petco Park in San Diego in November. The card is bound to feature its two signature War Games matches, men's and women's. On the latest edition of Raw, fans saw seeds being laid as The Vision has added Logan Paul as the newest member, and they were all set to outnumber CM Punk and Jey Uso, but Cody Rhodes rushed in to join the babyface team, confirming that he would be part of the men's War Games. Roman Reigns is also rumored to join the team with CM Punk to take on The Vision, the Common Enemies, and repay the Second City Saints favor for being the final member of his crew. A serious statement issued regarding Drew McIntyre. As per a recent report, Drew McIntyre was pulled from WWE TV as he was preparing to shoot a movie. These rumors have been quashed by McIntyre's Paradigm agent, Nick Piccolo, who revealed that the Highlander movie the SmackDown star is attached to doesn't start shooting until April 2026. The Scottish Warrior was suspended by SmackDown GM Nick Aldis after he kicked a referee in the face last week. Soon after the suspension angle went down, rumors began floating around, suggesting that Drew McIntyre was granted a break from WWE to film his parts for the Henry Cavill-led action movie. However, McIntyre's agent, Nick Piccolo, has now issued a clarification in a blistering tweet, where he revealed that the film wasn't going into production until April next year. He also added that he had sorted out the filming schedule for his client in a way that wouldn't impact his WWE storyline. In a recent interview, Jinder Mahal looked back fondly at his time tagging with Drew McIntyre and Heath Slater in WWE as part of the cult favorite stable. 3 megabytes. The modern-day Maharaja added that fans had great memories of the trio and that it only made sense if they reunited for one final run together before it's too late. I think now enough time has passed where it's kind of people have nostalgia. They kind of miss 3 megabytes and they remember the good times. But at that time, we didn't have a whole lot of support. Not like now. But I think the band has to reform. Maybe have a reunion tour of some sort. While there's no doubt the viewers would love to see 3MB reunite, it looks quite unlikely at this point since both Mahal and Slater are not with WWE anymore. Oba Femi makes a shocking return. Oba Femi made his shocking return tonight. He has set his sights on a major WWE championship. Oba Femi has been one of the most dominant forces in NXT over the past few weeks. Shortly after winning the Breakout Tournament in 2023, he went on to win the North American Championship. He had a dominant reign as champion. After losing the title, he moved on to capture the NXT Championship. Oba looked unstoppable as the Black and Silver brand's top champion. However, that all changed at No Mercy 2025, when Ricky Saints challenged him for the title. The former AEW star was able to dethrone Oba and win the NXT title. Since then, the ruler has not been seen on TV. Tonight on NXT, Ricky Saints defended his NXT title in a brutal last man standing match against Trick Williams. After the former AEW star won the match, Oba's music played, and he came out, hinting that he has his eyes set on the NXT title. Oba Femi has been the top star in NXT for the past few years. He has dominated the ring and accomplished everything there is to do in the Black and Silver brand. Therefore, it is only a matter of time before he is called up to the main roster. Speaking on his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T said that Oba's time in NXT is done, and it's the right time for him to move on to the main roster. I can tell you this. Oba has done a hell of a job in NXT, and if it's the time for him to move on, it's the right time. If he stays in NXT, what else is there for Oba Femi really to do? He's dominated in NXT. He really has, he said. I think Oba can definitely make a big splash on the main roster right now. I agree that he's done everything he could possibly do in NXT. I think it's time to pull the trigger. I really do, he added. It will be interesting to see when Oba will get called up to the main roster. The Rock shares a personal update and the reason for his WWE absence. WWE legend The Rock recently took to social media to share a personal update amid his absence from the Stamford-based promotion's weekly programming. The Brahma Bull hasn't been seen on television since Elimination Chamber 2025. In February 2025, The Rock returned to WWE TV to ask Cody Rhodes for his soul. At Elimination Chamber, the American Nightmare refused to give in to the final boss's demands. In a shocking twist, John Cena sold his soul to the People's Champion and turned heel for the first time in over 20 years. Many expected Rocky and Cena to show up on television together after the Chamber, but that did not happen as the Great One never made an appearance in WWE again. Dwayne Johnson recently took to Instagram to share a personal update. The Rock showcased his Sunday morning cheat meal, revealing that he has been on a strict diet for the past 4 months in preparation for his next movie. With this post, Rocky may have just confirmed the possible reason for his absence from WWE TV. For those unaware, the Brahma Bull has lost a significant amount of weight in the past few months, and many believe he won't return to wrestling with his trimmed-down physique. On top of that, he's been extremely busy with his Hollywood schedule. Chasing that perfect bite of Sunday morning French toast, I've been running a pretty strict keto fasting diet for the last 4 months, preparing for my next role. So my cheat days have become more carb cycling days with a few fun cheat meals thrown in beyond delicious pure insanity. Enjoy your cheat meals, my friends, he wrote. During a recent edition of Click and Tell, former WWE star Jinder Mahal said that for him, John Cena and Randy Orton were at the very top in wrestling, but they don't stand a chance in front of The Rock, as he believes the latter is one level higher than Cena and Orton. To be in the ring with The Rock, just feel the energy of the crowd. There's no one like that in wrestling. At least in my generation. I've seen many times John Cena, Randy Orton, those guys, they're very, very top. But The Rock is one level higher. He's one level higher. I really think he's probably the most recognizable person on the planet, he said. It remains to be seen what the final boss has planned for his future in the professional wrestling world. There's backstage tension concerning Roman Reigns, WWE Survivor Series. War Games is right around the corner, and fans haven't heard from Roman Reigns. Apparently, there's some backstage concern involving him and the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. The American Nightmare returned to Monday Night Raw in Boston last night, helping CM Punk and Jey Uso fend off the Vision. Later on in the show, William Regal declared War Games between the two teams. Since it's traditionally a 5-on-5 contest, both teams have 2 spots left. On the babyface side, John Cena is rumored to align himself with Team CM Punk, leaving Roman Reigns to fill the final spot. But according to Ibu of Self-Made, some people within the company do not want Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes to share the same screen unless they can make their third match happen at some point. There are people within WWE that believe that somebody involved does not want Roman and Cody to be on the same screen unless they can tease to a match that they're going to deliver on. Somebody there is like, yo, either I can't be on screen with Cody or Cody can't be on screen with me, Roman Reigns, unless we are going to do this match. However, the two megastars are not scheduled to face each other anytime soon, leaving the creative team wondering whether they should put them together on television. The bottom line is this. There is some concern there about that. About the idea of, do you really want to put them on screen, make the fans want to see that match again, and then you can't do the match? And right now, Cody and Roman is not scheduled. There's a lot of hurdles there. Tensions were running high when the Usos tried to help Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel in Australia, but Jey ended up costing costing the Tribal Chief the Australian street fight against Bronson Reed. The OTC was visibly unhappy with the Usos and was heard yelling, "I don't want to see y'all till Christmas." With Jimmy Uso out of action, Jay has joined forces with CM Punk, with whom Roman Reigns has a sordid history. If the original Tribal Chief comes back, it will be interesting to see if he can coexist with the rest of the members of Team CM Punk. Further, recent reports from Wrestling Observer Radio have suggested Reigns' return date as well. As per the update, the OTC could return next week on the red brand and join Punk and his team for the massive showdown. I think Roman will probably show up at the Garden. I think Lesnar will probably show up at the Garden. Lesnar on the heel side, Roman on the babyface side. And then you'd still have one more spot for probably Jimmy Uso makes the most sense for that spot, suggested the report. While the OTC's presence for the War Games match is seemingly confirmed, the megastar's future is still uncertain. Following Seth Rollins' injury, the massive Reigns versus Rollins saga seems out of the picture. With War Games set, WWE could feature a singles storyline between Reigns and Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship following Survivor Series. A potential accident in the War Games match could lead to a massive storyline between both men. Time will tell what WWE has in store for the stars next.